Have you ever wondered why American politics feels so divided today? It's not just your imagination. Political polarization has become a defining feature of our times. But it wasn't always this way. Let's take a look back at the real history of how we got here. For much of the 20th century, the two major parties, Democrats and Republicans, had significant overlap. You had liberal Republicans and conservative Democrats. People from different political sides could find common ground and work together. For instance, landmark legislation like the Civil Rights Act of 1964 passed with bipartisan support. The parties were more like big tents, housing a wide range of ideologies. So what changed? The shift really started to accelerate in the latter half of the century. The civil rights movement was a major turning point. As the Democratic Party championed civil rights, many conservative Southern Democrats, known as Dixiecrats, began to feel alienated and started shifting their allegiance to the Republican Party. This began a long process of ideological sorting, where the parties became more distinct and uniform. Then came the rise of new media. In the past, most Americans got their news from a few major broadcast networks that aimed for impartiality. But with the growth of cable news in the 1980s and the internet in the 90s, the media landscape fractured. People could now choose news sources that confirmed their existing beliefs, creating echo chambers. This was supercharged by the rise of social media in the 2000s, where algorithms are literally designed to show you more of what you already like and agree with. Another key factor was the end of the Cold War. For decades, the threat of the Soviet Union provided a common enemy that united Americans across the political spectrum. When that threat disappeared, internal divisions became more prominent. Political figures also played a huge role. The Reagan Revolution in the 1980s solidified the conservative movement within the Republican Party. On the other side, figures like Newt Gingrich in the 1990s pioneered a more confrontational and partisan style of politics, treating political opponents not as colleagues, but as enemies to be defeated. Today, this sorting is nearly complete. The parties are more ideologically distinct than ever before. This makes compromise difficult and leads to the gridlock and animosity we often see. It's a complex story with no single cause, but understanding this history is the first step toward figuring out how we might bridge the divide. What do you think is the biggest driver of polarization? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into American history and politics.